What is going on, everyone? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that is tuning in. I want to talk about singer Marques Houston, okay? He rose from infamy or fame with the group Immature. He was also an actor on the Sister to Sister show. And now, years later, he is in a bit of a controversy that, of course, speared up by social media. And it has a lot to do with who he is engaged to. Now, Marques Houston went viral, and I even tweeted about it. That tweet actually got retweeted by him. Now, I will say this, though, the tweet did look nonsensical. Is because I didn't proofread it before I pressed send. But he even retweeted it. Other people retweeted it. I had a bunch of, particular older women or angry women responding to that tweet. They were upset that I would, defend him. Well, let me just say this first, okay? This is not in defense, but this video is going to be why he is getting the criticism that he is getting for who he is with. Now, he's getting criticized for having a young girlfriend, right? And one of the things I don't understand, I'm using a very logical red pill perspective on this. Why do people care? People are acting like he went to some high school and recruited this chick to be his girlfriend, or he, or he just swooped in and snatched her away from her life and just started dating her. We don't really know. I know they met, I think, through mutual friends, I believe. But people are making it seem as if he's just out there chasing girls that are just extremely, extremely, extremely young, okay? Which I don't think is the case. I want people to understand something. When you have no proof, but you're making accusations, you're going to get people who are defensive about that, especially in this era. We have the Me Too situation. We have men who are being accused of things. Now, some end up being true, but in other times, it's totally false. People are always looking for ways to demonize the melanated men, even though they claim that they're on the front lines protesting and marching for us. They're still looking for a reason to disrespect us, to denigrate us, to call us predators. I had one female respond to me on Twitter saying that we are defending predators. I'm like, wow, really? That's how you feel about this black man? But then you go to her page and she's talking about how Caucasian people are this and they don't like black people, and she's all black fist in the air for my people, for my community. But you're on social media making claims against the same people you claim you're standing up for. Does that make any sense? That's why I tell y'all, man, all of this, I'm doing this for George Floyd is BS. It is 100% BS. It's all about attention seeking, getting likes and shares, and that's all it's for. They don't care about George Floyd. They don't care about the men in their community because they're getting on social media and they're denigrating one of their own with no proof. None. Now, in the tweet that I posted, I said you have a lot of older, bitter women. And I say they're old and bitter because you have women who think, because again, Marques Houston is 38 years old. He's not 48. He's not 58. He's not 68. He's 38 years old. He's not even 40 yet. And they're making it seem like he's just way too old for her. First off, the age difference is a bit jarring, but she's an adult at the end of the day. She chose to be in a relationship with him. She's an adult. She's making her own decisions, just like y'all did. A lot of these older women who are upset at Marques Houston did the same thing this young girl did, probably at a younger age. I knew a girl in high school who would get picked up from school by her boyfriend. She lived with him. Okay? A lot of these older women in their 40s and 50s, some of them in their mid to late 30s, Marques Houston age, a lot of them dated men who were older than them, way older. But now they want to be holier than everybody. and they want to point their finger and wag it as if they're on some moral principle, but they did the same thing. There's women of today who are in their 20s and 30s who date nothing but older men. They will tell you themselves that they date older men. You got 22, 23-year-old girls, 25-year-old girls talking about how they don't want no young man. They want a dude who's older. And when I mean older, 10, 20 years older. That's what they go after. That's what they want. Then you got the older women who want men their age, but when they were in their late teens, early 20s, they didn't want no guy in their 20s. They want a man who was older, because a lot of them lack father figures. So they saw their boyfriends as the father figures. Their boyfriends were the father figures that they're looking for. And they want to, and I think it's all jealousy. Not all, but I think for the most part, if you are a woman who's in your 40s and you dated older men when you were in your 20s, why are you now going at Marques Houston when you did the same thing? And a lot of these chicks know they did. A lot of these chicks chased after older men. They know they did. But because those men, for the most part, even though, again, Marques Houston is 38, people. He's not even 40 yet. Men his age and even a little bit older aren't looking for women their age, because a lot of those women are set in their ways. A lot of those women have hit the wall. And for the most part, they're not going to make suitable mates moving forward. You know, you want a lot of men, especially men who have money and resources, who have fame, they want a woman who's energetic. They want a woman who has a drive to get it in the bedroom. They don't want no combative, feminist-minded woman. They want a woman who is submissive to them. Okay? They don't want to have a situation where they're in a constant tug of war with somebody. You know, they want to have fun with who they're in a relationship with. But you have a lot of women who they've been jaded by all their past relationships. They don't know what fun is. The fun to these women is being able to show themselves off on social media. You know, that's fun to them, to be able to get on Facebook and complain all day, to get on Twitter and complain all day, or be in YouTube chat rooms all day, you know? But people got to understand, man, like it or not, she chose to be with this guy. Like it or not, Mia, is her name, she chose to be with Marques. And I think it's Mia or Maya. She chose to be with him. Okay. And the fact that people are upset because, once again, she chose to be with him. It's not like she's dating him against her will. She made this decision. I think that people should understand that. Okay. She made the choice at the end of the day. She is considered an adult. And what people are overlooking is the fact that we have this age-old saying that women mature faster than men. So are you saying that she's at 19 still way too naive, you know? Even though you have women who are in their 30s and 40s now who dated men who are in their 30s and 40s because they realize they have to compete with these younger women. Just like Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio dates women in their early 20s, right? And he gets a bunch of pushback because of it. Because he doesn't want a woman her age. You know, he wants one woman his age. He dates women who he considers to be in their prime, which is in their early 20s. That's just how it's gonna be, man. You got older women who could date younger men, but a lot of them choose not to. I think it's because a lot of those younger men don't really see a future with them like that. And a lot of those men, like I say, they have a high drive to have relations. And you got older women that don't really have that. Now, there are those that do, but there are those that don't. Again, they're set in their ways, and there are older men that don't want to deal with that. If they don't have to deal with that, they're not going to deal with that. That's why I think it's hypocritical hate. It's hypocritical hate from older women because they did the same thing. They were chasing after the Marques Houstons of the world, and they know they were. So they want to get on social media and shame other people for saying, hey, why are y'all calling him these names and saying this stuff without having any proof? And they want to shame you and say, well, you're defending this guy and his behavior and what he's doing. And it's like, well, you don't have any proof of anything, but you expect people to support that. But again, you go to these people's pages and they're all BLM. They're talking about how other groups of people do nothing but denigrate us, but we denigrate ourselves. So all that you're saying means nothing if you're willing to throw another melanated man under the bus. It ain't just women. You got some of these males doing it too because they think like women. They think like women, and that's where we are. He's 38 years old, people. He's being treated as if he's a graybeard, 50, 60-year-old. Okay. Now, if a guy that age is with 19, that is a cause for pause. Okay. But Marques Houston is not even 40 yet. Okay. And people are making it seem like he's just wrong for this. But y'all did the same thing. Y'all dated these guys. I know y'all did. When you got these females who in their late teens, early 20s, they dated nothing but older men. They only wanted men their age when they got older. Okay? And you know that then they want men their age. They're tired of dating men 20 years older than them and they're 35. They didn't want to date no 55-year-old. You know, now they want to date men their age. And I think it's a complete stereotype to say that older men have all their stuff together. That's a stereotype. There's a lot of older men that don't have anything together because they have women who are willing to take care of them. Okay? And a lot of the older men who do have their stuff together are usually married and have been married for a long time. I think there's a lot of older women out there that are just jaded. There's a lot of older women out there that are hurt from previous relationships. They feel like they were wronged and they feel like they can right those wrongs by making claims against people who they don't know. All because they have to clear out their guilt for how they led their lives and how they were fed a lot of dreams that never really manifest itself. And now they see the error of their ways and they think that they're going to go at Marques Houston in order to alleviate the guilt they have for the decision that they made.